Here's how to make this cute little wreath. So we are going to be using this easy yarn from Amazon. You could also use Michael's Cuddlecraft yarn, which is what I used to make this sample. It's the exact same type of yarn. The color's a little off, but a little different, but that doesn't matter. It's the same as far as the weight, the feel, the fabric content. We need a scissors, a tapestry needle, and a 5mm H hook. Okay, so let's put this cute little wreath aside and we'll get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make your slip knot, and then we're going to chain 25. Okay, so here is my 25 chains. Now we're going to slip stitch into the first chain to close the circle. So we're going to slip stitch into that right there. Sometimes you got to wiggle it in if it's a little tight. There we go. Make sure your tail is behind you. And then you're going to slip stitch, which is just you're slipping the stitch through the chains, through the spaces. So that's 1, 2. So now we have a nice little circle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to single crochet around this circle chain. So it would be the same way if you were just, you know, without connecting it, just doing a single crochet in each of the holes. So we're going to do that all the way around until we complete the circle, and then I will meet you back when we finish the first round and show you how to proceed to the next round. Okay, now I'm coming to the end of my first row and I'm going to show you how to continue on to the next row. So I'm finishing my last few single crochets into the circle. Okay, so now you could see, you'll kind of see how this is higher, lower, and this is higher, but we want to make this continuous. We want to even it out. So we're going to skip that little small thing. That's where our slip stitch joined it. We're going to skip that, and we're going to slip stitch into this right here. Could be this one or this one. Don't worry if you don't do it exactly. It's all going to be fine in the end. So you're going to slip stitch, pull it through 1, there. Now we have a nice even circle. So we just did 1 row, so we want 4 rows, so we have to do 3 more rows, and every time you get to the end you're going to even it out just the way I showed you. So I'm going to start. So now this time, because we created these nice V's after our first row, so we make sure that we're single crocheting underneath the V's. So we're doing the hole underneath the V right there. So we're going to go all the way around. This will be our second row. So I'm going to continue, and I'll meet you when I'm at the end of the row. Okay, again, I'm coming up at the end of my second row. I'm almost at the end, so I'm going to go in here. Do my single crochet. And then we have that, once again, we have that little flat spot. We don't want to crochet into that because that's where we slip stitch. So we're going to go either into this one or this one. It doesn't really matter, to close this row and to even it out. So I'm going to slip stitch. And again, so now we have we closed off, we evened it out. So now we're going to do our 3rd and 4th rows. So I'm going to meet you back when I'm almost at the end of my 4th row. So you do another one for the 3rd row and then another one for the 4th row, and do the same thing to even it out. I'll meet you back there then. Okay, I'm coming up to the end of my 4th row. So let's finish these last few single crochets together. Okay, once again, we have this little flat space. We're going to skip that, and we're going to slip stitch into here to close it off. Now, this is 4 rows, And what you could do is you could fold it in half and see if that is the width that you want it. Now this should measure about, now how cute is this? I have this little scissors here that has, oh, that's a little millimeter inches on. So that's not gonna work. Anyway, so I think until it measures about 1 inch, that's good enough for me. If you want it wider, you can just continue and do another row. But I'm gonna end mine here and show you how to close it. So we're gonna take some extra and we're gonna cut that. And now we're going to chain 1 and pull it through and get my hair out of the way. Okay, so now you guys might have this little thing at the where you started. That's fine. We're gonna hide that, so it doesn't matter. Now I'm gonna cut this tail a little bit, and what we want to do is you want to make sure the side that you want to show is on the right side. So if you want to show that side or that side, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna put these together. So basically, you're like folding it in half, and then you're gonna attach. You're gonna use this string to attach it. So let me thread my needle. You want to make sure before you cut it you have enough yarn to do that. That's why I cut like a long piece at the end. So first I'm going to tuck in this tail so it gets enclosed inside the wreath as we're closing it. So I don't know if you could see, but so now I'm going to take this, it's on this side, and I'm going to attach it to this side. And I'm going to close that up. And then I'm going to go back through that side and into this side. So you're going to do that all the way around. You're just basically sewing it closed by going in a loop from each side. I mean, it's pretty easy. You can see the loops, they're pretty big. You just put your needle in one side, pull it through, and we're gonna do that all the way around. So I will meet up with you when I'm done, when I'm close to finished. Okay, I'm just almost to the end. I'm finishing up, and see I have that bump that was at the beginning where it was a little uneven, but it doesn't matter because you could just hide it by going a little past it, and just basically you're just shoving it on the inside. But in the end, it's a little wreath. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. Perfection is overrated. It has to just be cute. See? That looks fine now. Okay, so now I'm finished and I connected it, but I like to go through just a few more times just to make sure that it's fully closed. So I just keep going a little more. And then when I'm satisfied that it's closed, I'm going to bury the yarn inside. So I'm going to go into the wreath, and I'm going to come out, I don't know, over here. And I'm going to go in again, and I'm going to come out over here. And then I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to go in here and come out there. And then I'm just going to cut this. And I'm just going to pull that, and then it disappears. Now you could decorate it any way you like. You could sew beads on it, buttons, put a little bow. So what I did for this one, as I'll show you, I took some leftover red that I had from one of the other projects I was making. And I just, whoops, where'd it go? There it is. So I just took extra that I had, and I just started, I don't know, just weaving it through to create, just to create little, that's all. So you could just do that around it, in and out, wherever you want. Make small little ones, big ones. Just like that all the way around. Or you could even wrap it, so you could do it like this. You could do it however you like. And in the end, I just added a little bow from that yarn, and I sewed it on. So that's it. That's your wreath. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. once again, it's you chain 25, you slip stitch into the first chain to create the circle, then you single crochet 4 rows. And that's it. Then you close it up, you decorate it however you want. So that's the wreath.